All right, no man. Some of these things are things that we are not supposed to be talking about, but our governments are actually pushing us to be saying it. The president recently proclaimed that the country is getting better. No more borrowings and all of that. The economy is growing, but if you look at the top level, you see that there are still a lot of things to be done. Now you don't need to rely only on what the governments are saying. Go into the street, go to the market, go and see what people are passing through. The hunger level is increasing while the governments are bragging that the country is getting better. So now the question now is it that Nigerians are too demanding? We don't appreciate what the governments are doing, or is it that the governments are being deceptive? They are deceiving us. They are telling the world what they are not doing. Or is it that we don't really appreciate anything this government is doing in the country, or what? We should be able to sit back and ask these questions. If you are the one being so angry to what the government is doing, we need to readjust, re-strategize, re-energize ourselves, and appreciate what the government is doing. But if the government is not doing the right thing, we are going to the press around the whole world telling them this is what is happening, whereas it's not. I think you guys need to have a better way of understanding your people. For my own, I feel Nigerians are not too demanding. What I've been complaining is about hunger, transportation. Cost of transportation is going high. Food is actually becoming unaffordable to the common man. So the rich men are actually making it, not because of it, but because they really have the background, they really lay the foundation. They can afford a lot of things, both onshore and offshore. So what about the common man, who only relies on what he do with his strength to feed himself? So we should look beyond where we are living. The government needs to look beyond where they are living. So because I think they mingle only with the rich, so they feel everywhere is just like that. My advice and plea to President Tinubu is, I can't say it, you have been doing too bad. Of course, some of your policies are policies that will be beneficial in the future, but you don't grow future economy forgetting the present. John Maynard Keynes, in his economic theory, stated clearly that if your project is only about the future, before we get to that, people must have died. Can you compensate for the lost life? You can't. So the suffering people are passing through, you have nothing to compensate for that. So you don't need to come up with those policies. You have to relax some of them. Think about now. We need now to plan for tomorrow. But we must not kill tomorrow because we need now. So the two things must be weighed together. And then find a balance in working together with them so as to make a sustainable future. So, but what you always think about is tomorrow. What about today? If somebody should die today as a result of this harsh economy policy that we are undertaking, can we or can any of the government or the policy makers compensate for that life? No. The insecurity is increasing, which is likely down to the hardship. So the number of people dying as a result of banditry, kidnapping, and other forms of terrorism, can the government of today compensate for the lost life? Can they bring them back? The answer is absolutely no. So what are we doing to improve this situation? All we think about today now is about tomorrow. That the past leaders did not make adequate plans for tomorrow to be good. So we are doing that. Yeah, of course we are doing that, which is good. But of course we must think of what is happening today. If you can't save today, tomorrow there will be nothing like tomorrow. Because it's only who passed today that will reach tomorrow. But if we die today, tomorrow is nothing to us. We don't know the next minute. So what we think about is, how do we live today? But we must not kill what we are going to benefit tomorrow today because we wanted to live today. So there are two things. We have to look between them, weigh them, see how we can work with these two economic forces or life-driving forces so that we can balance up things. Let's at least breathe today in order to have a better, fresh air tomorrow. And that cannot be done with this kind of economic measures that we are taking. Some of them are good, very good, of course, very good. But then, what is happening today is alarming. People are dying. Please, we are calling on the federal government to relax some of the policies so as for people to have access to common things such as food, water, roads, transportation. Yes, that's the little things we are demanding. We need to go to our businesses, we need to go to our working places, we need to go to farms, we need to do our irrigation farming. Fuel is cost. But of course, there's no access to money. So that's why we are passing through these difficult challenges. Please, President Tinubu, actually for you, we beg, please help us look beyond where you are and the level where you are. We are not there yet. We are just managing. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.